Dating sucks. Like straight up, there's like zero good parts about it. Except maybe the sex, but that's been a huge maybe my entire romantic career. You know how it is, you go on a date, you sit across from a stranger and you order the cheapest bottle of Sauvignon Blanc because you want to appear fancy. And then you're just sitting across from what is essentially a hot stranger for about an hour, pretending to be anyone but yourself and just hoping you don't say something stupid the entire time. And then you get to the end of the night and you don't know whether you're supposed to lean in for a kiss or give them a hug, or God forbid they want you to come up and have sex with them. It's very stressful. My tummy hurts. My tummy hurts because it's so stressful. But not surprisingly, big tech companies took a gander at this weird aspect of human life and said, hey, how can we profit off of people's misery? It's not like we haven't done this before. This is literally our entire game. I know. The dating app industry nets over $5 billion a year. Is that a correct number? Yes, which is not a small amount of salami. Whether you love them or hate them, you probably use them because over 50% of Americans under 30 are using dating apps. But today we're standing up against Tinder, Binge, and Bumble. I'm gonna prove to you that dating apps are ineffective and bad for your brain, and then you're gonna stop using them and you're gonna go outside and you're gonna meet a nice young lady or a nice young man or a nice young whatever the fuck. Because it's rotting our brains. Real quick, I just want to make a note that I do have a girlfriend, and I did not meet her on a dating app. I just didn't want to give off any vibes in this video. I love her so much. Don't f***ing DM me. So a little history. Back in 2009, Grindr was the first app to combine dating with geolocation. Kind of like how the US government was the first ones to combine vaccines with geolocation. If you don't know, Grindr is a dating app specifically for gay men for casual hookups, I think. Or dating? Do they find relationships now? I don't know. I wouldn't know. Christ, Tucker, methinks the lady protests too much. But just like slang and fashion, heteros took this queer idea and made it mainstream for themselves. Well, Tucker, just a few minutes into the video and we already hit our liberal quota for the day. Nice. This stealing of ideas led us to Tinder, which is now the most used dating app of today with over 530 million downloads. But many dating apps still use Grindr's approach of tapping into niche markets. For example, we have Raya, or what it doesn't matter how you pronounce it because me and you are never gonna use this product. Raya is an exclusive dating app that caters to, I'm trying to think of a good word for these people, the delusional. And by delusional, I mean like celebrities, influencers, the ultra rich. I think Benny Boy was on there for a hot minute. Basically, it's like Tinder, but for the Illuminati. Only 8% of applicants actually get to use the app, which harkens back to that statement I made about me and you never using it ever. You literally have better odds of getting into Harvard Business School than you do getting into Raya, which makes zero sense. There's lists of celebrities that have used this app, but they're really just the tip of the iceberg. They're the public-facing part that is not the majority. Mostly, you'll find local newscasters, men bragging about their yachts, and girls who want to bang Formula Bachelor contestants, which does seem like kind of a good time, I'm not gonna lie. Imagine having sex with a local newscaster. This just in, I'm about to come. I don't know. Then we got Bumble. Bumble is pretty much the same exact thing as Tinder except for one key difference. Men cannot make the first move, which is an amazing concept. After you match, the women have to send the first message. And since exactly 56% of women online have received unsolicited, sexually explicit messages on dating sites, this is a welcome feature. And you can't blame them. Quick side note, if you are an owner of a penis, stop sending pictures of it to people. Stop taking pictures of it. No one, I can't think of one situation where someone's like, it's Sunday, I might need a little penis pic. No one wants that. Actually, Bumble uses AI technology to identify and censor dick pics when they're sent, which is hilarious. The girl first approach also works out for men because one, we get to be lazy. We don't have to put in the effort in the beginning, which is really nice. And two, we don't have to throw out a hey, how are you and get nothing back, which is so confusing because you already matched me. You already matched me. Why would you not respond to me when I said something? Was it not good enough? Am I not good enough? I have a girlfriend. Right now, I currently have a girlfriend, so I'm not worried about it, but I'm just saying that was a hard part of my life. Then getting further into the niche market, we have Bristler, which is Tinder for bearded men. Seems a little specific, but everyone has a fetish. Today, Bristler has over 10,000 users, and they all kind of look like me a little bit. In essence, this is just an app for people who can't eat powdered donuts or soup correctly, and that just seems like a waste of time, but to each their own. A little bit more niche, but a bit more famous, we have farmersonly.com. This blew up in the early 2010s because they had commercials of farmers wanting to f each other. If you can't guess, farmersonly.com is a place for people to meet that have inflation fetishes. Sorry, wrong list. It's for farmer. But I also discovered during my research that you don't have to be a farmer to join farmersonly.com. Like anyone can join, which seems counterintuitive. I mean, what are we doing at that point? Why wouldn't you just use Tinder? If I was a farmer and I matched with like a day trader, I'd be a little pissed, honestly. I'm looking for someone with dummy strength and loves violent parts of the Bible, not someone with soft hands and a 401k. The official slogan for farmersonly.com is city folk don't get it. I'd like to propose a new slogan, why buy the cow when you're getting the milk for free? Is that sexist? I feel like that's sexist. And finally, we have Christian Mingle, a place where Christian singles can bring Jesus into the bedroom. Now, I can sit here all day and bash on Christians, as I am wont to do. But honestly, if you're by the book Christian, dating in the modern era must be an absolute nightmare. Hookup culture, liberal women with tattoos, little peep lyrics and bios. So all the power to those men out there who are looking for exactly what they want using the means that they have available to them. And if you're a lady looking for a holy hubby, I suggest just going to Grindr, because there's all types of religious leaders and Bible-thumping politicians on there. I'm sorry. I can't turn it off. I can't turn it off. I cannot stop.
Whoa, looks like we need to cool off with an ad break. Run it, Tucker.
I'd like to give a shout out to Adam and Eve for sponsoring today's video. That's right. They've got all kinds of saucy little treats for people who found their soulmate on a dating app, or for those of you who have been ghosted so many times that it's starting to feel like a haunted house and you just need a little tender love and care. They've been in business for over 50 years, so you know they're doing something right. How many marriages do you know that started on dating apps that can go toe-to-toe with those numbers? None. That's right. They offer a 90-day no-hassle return policy as well as discreet packaging when it's delivered to your house, which is more than I can say about some of your DM. Let's all take a page out of Adam and Eve's book of discretion before we hit send on something like this. What is that? So give your poor fingers a break from swiping left and from, use code TUG for 50% off one item as well as free shipping in the US and Canada. I love that my username can be fit perfectly into an Adam and Eve ad. Thank you. So on the surface, it seems like dating apps are working. According to recent studies, most relationships nowadays start from dating apps or just meeting online. But as we all know, data can be misleading. That's just a joke. Tucker, take that down. That data also correlates with increased technology in our lives, if that makes sense. Like 50% of Americans admit they're addicted to their phone. So by that logic, if you're staring at a light box for 12 hours a day, you might as well try and get laid in the meantime. Having Tinder is just another excuse to scroll and judge people, really. It's bringing us closer to our phones, but is it bringing us closer together? Hi guys, today we're going to be going over Corinthians. Crack open those Bibles and grab a Sprite from the fridge. So I've compiled a bunch of data, and I'm going to let the numbers do the talking, okay? Up first, we got the match data. Tinder likes to boast that it's made over 2 billion matches. How much? No, 20 billion matches. Okay, which is a shockingly large number, but bragging about 20 billion matches is like bragging about having 20 million condoms. You and I both know most of those aren't going to be useful. Less than 2% of all matches actually end up going on a date. Go figure. It takes approximately 3,960 swipes to find a significant other. So quick math in my head that I definitely did beforehand. If you spend 6 hours on your dating app per week, it would take 8 months to find a partner. So if you really want to get what you want, you're going to have to put the work in. But anything beats going outside and talking to someone, IRL. F that. I'm going to stay not AFK. Am I right, kids? I'm not going analog style on this. I'm going to talk to people on the internet. That's how it's all about. Once again, I have a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. Data point numero 2, ghosting. Happens, you guys know what ghosting is, right? That thing that you do when you decide the person you've been talking to on the internet for weeks is just not a real person. They're just like a robot and you're not going to treat them like a human. Well, sadly, this little move of not showing up and not explaining why is becoming a little bit more common, not in small part due to dating apps. A survey of Gen Z and millennials have shown that 84% of them have been ghosted at one point in their lives. Talk about phasmophobia. And 2/3 of those people believe that ghosting is a byproduct of online dating. I'm not going to argue with them. That seems like sound science. It's a lot easier to ghost someone that you've actually never met. Have you ever tried to actually ghost like your girlfriend? They do not like that. They do not like that. Data set number 3, divorce. This one's a little less fun. There are over 1 million Tinder marriages every year, you know, when people get married because of the internet, but the odds are not in their favor. Married couples who meet online are weirdly much more prominent in the divorce department. According to this, they're a lot more likely to divorce within the first 3 years than a traditional couple that met like at a bar or at work or whatever the hell. Researchers believe this is due to lack of social capital, a fancy term to say that these people don't have a shared group of friends or like a community that can bolster them up during the married part of their life. And also the app they met on, Tinder, might also have a big part in the fact that they get divorced. Over 65% of Tinder users are already in a relationship or married. That cannot be true. That cannot be, that's horrifying. That's not real. I'm sure there's a plausible explanation for that. Tell me that's not real. Tell me that many people are not cheating. Oh my God, oh my God. And finally, we got data set number 4, which is addiction. Less fun than divorce, actually. Dating apps are shockingly addictive, turns out. Who knew that playing God with people's sense of love would have a jazzy effect on your dopamine receptors? The parent app of Tinder was actually sued over claims that they made it a purposefully addictive app. The lawsuit claims that dating apps are designed with game-like features that trap users into a pay-to-play loop. The cycle plays off of the dopamine center of our brain that releases fun chemicals whenever you actually get a match on Tinder. The company denies these allegations, but the top 10% of users give them 53% of their revenue. So, you know, not a good look for the Tinder boys. There you go. That's dating apps as in a nutshell. I would suggest not using them. Just go outside and meet somebody. That's really hard. But you know, friends of friends are easily fucked. Oh god, I've been really upset with myself this whole video. If you don't have friends, then yes, use dating apps, but even then, you're rolling the dice every time, especially if you're a woman. You don't know who you're gonna go meet, and they could be murderers. So, you know, just don't meet people. That's what I'm gonna say for the end of this video. New videos every Saturday and Wednesday. We're moving into that category. Like, comment, and subscribe. You wanna see the cat?
Here she is. Here's my baby. Oh, she's biting. She's biting.